level.
This party called APC.
The federal government does not really control the state. Your state governor chose to become a houseboy to the federal government. They chose to be houseboys to the federal government. When Ojuso Kalo was governor of Abia State, I know how he dealt with President Olusegun Obasanjo. But the difference was this: he was dealing with President Olusegun Obasanjo. He has so much power to deal with President Olusegun Obasanjo. That was the same time that this Tinubu was governor of Lagos State. And guess what? They both dealt with President Olusegun Obasanjo, but there was a difference. Tinubu was using his might, his weight to develop his state. Ojuso Kalu was using his might, his weight to enrich his pocket. Yeah. And he left Abia State impoverished. So when the IPOP people were now complaining, Fulani, I said no. Was it the Fulani people that impoverished your state? They were not the ones. Your governor impoverished your state. But you people don't like facing reality. And until you face reality, you keep rolling at one spot, because what is going on has nothing to do with the federal government. It is your state that has refused to be what they are, a sovereign state in a nation.
I must confess that APC party.
Oh, Pastor Abraham.
Yes,
the Reverend himself.
God bless you, sir.
You know, I just saw myself in Maryland. Knowing that you live in Maryland, I said I'll see you.
Yes.
Please, but I discovered something. Here it's a little bit cheaper compared to California.
Yes.
Why? But those people say it's expensive, but for me, California is more expensive. Why is it so?
Well, California is expensive because California has the highest GDP in America, and not only in America. For example, the GDP of California is higher than so many countries in the world. As a matter of fact, the GDP of California is even almost bigger than that of the United Kingdom.
Wow!
I am telling you, whole kingdom as great as that. The GDP of California, the annually generated revenue of California is almost greater than that of the United Kingdom. We're not talking about other countries, France and all of that. We're not talking about the whole of Africa put together. The annually generated revenue of California is greater than most.
Yeah, it should be, because almost all the companies, Google, what's his name? Facebook, Tesla,
but then
all of them are there.
But then the funny part of it is that most of those companies that actually operate in California are not registered in California. Google is registered in Nevada. Facebook is registered in Nevada. Even Tesla, they are already registered in Nevada.
But how could they operate in California?
Because the reason why they operate in California, where they have a presence, an operational presence in California, but they are officially registered in Nevada, is because their annual income tax is waived. Okay. Every year, those guys pay just barely $2,000 to the state of Nevada,
where they are registered,
just because they are registered there. But if they are to be registered in California, their annual income tax will be more than 21% of their income. And they will never do that.
Is that correct? So are you advising anyone who wants to go into business to leave California? Is that what they're saying?
I'm not asking them to. I will never advise anybody to leave California. Okay. But don't register your company in California. Like if you're operating in Maryland, for example, I would advise you don't register your company in Maryland. Register your company in Delaware. My company, Glencore Limited, is registered in Delaware, for example. There are 3 states in America where you register your company and you pay minimum income tax. It doesn't matter if you generate $100 billion every year, your income tax is just going to be about $1,500.
One of my friends want to establish this, we call it organizer, tire shop.
Okay.
So he was thinking the state he can go to establish it. That's why I'm asking this question.
Yeah, no. When it's a tire shop, that is a service business.
Okay.
Being a service business,
anywhere,
he can register it anywhere, because whether he registers in Maryland or not, he's still going to pay the income tax for Maryland, because he's making his money in Maryland.
Okay.
But look at Google. Google is a fintech company.
Okay.
Facebook, those are fintech companies. They don't really have physical presence.
Okay.
So it's kind of, there are legal loopholes where they can argue that no, we didn't make any money from your state, and the state cannot track it to them.
Wow. Now
But if it's a physical service company, mechanic, hospital, you have a physical presence. So you have to pay the tax. You You have to pay the local tax, you have to pay the state tax, and you have to pay the federal tax. So that's how most of those things are done.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Finally, for you today, what you're saying, is it commensurate or applicable when you have the company producing from River State, but the office in Lagos State? Is it what you're trying to say? Is it something?
Nigeria does not operate that kind of a system.
Okay, because some people complain, how can you have your oil company?
Yes.
The oil well, everything is in Rivers, but the office is in Shell.
But that's an anomaly on its own part. That is an anomaly. Okay. It is very wrong. I'm from Delta State, for example. Imagine there's oil on my land, but it's controlled from Abuja, because Nigeria operates what's called a federal system. And in the federal system, the government eventually owns everything. The Corporate Affairs Commission is owned by the federal government. Just the same way you register your company in America, of course, you have to, IRS is in charge and on all of that. You understand? But it was in the state. But in Nigeria, is the reverse. You register with the government, with the federal government, not with the state government. So you see, their taxation system is totally lopsided. The revenue doesn't really go to that state. It goes to the federal government. Everything goes to the federal government. Then the federal government takes the tax, whatever must have come in, and shared allocations to the state, which is a lopsided federating system. It's just an anomaly. I choose to use the word anomaly because it's wrong. Yeah, we are not operating a real federating system. If we're operating a real federating system, look at what Abia State is doing right now in Nigeria. You see the way they are boosting the economy of their state, and now inviting in a lot of investment, because the state government have decided to step out and do for once what every governor should be doing. Like, for example, that is why you are an Igbo man, and I will be very frank with you. You've interviewed me once, and I told you that the reason why I'm not in support of the Biafra movement now is because we are not being realistic to ourselves. The federal government does not really control the state. Your state governor chose to become a houseboy to the federal government. They chose to be houseboys to the federal government. When Ojuzo Kalo was governor of Abia State, I know how he dealt with President Olusegun Obasanjo. But the difference was this. He was dealing with President Olusegun Obasanjo. He has so much power to deal with President Olusegun Obasanjo. That was the same time that this Tinubu was governor of Lagos State. And guess what? They both dealt with President Olusegun Obasanjo, but there was a difference. Tinubu was using his might, his weight to develop his state. Ojuzo Kalu was using his might, his weight to enrich his pocket. And he left Abia State impoverished. So when the IPOP people were now complaining, Fulani, I said no. Was it the Fulani people that impoverished your state? They were not the ones. Your governor impoverished your state. But you people don't like facing reality. And until you face reality, you keep rolling at one spot, because what is going on has nothing to do with the federal government. It is your state that has refused to be what they are, a sovereign state in a nation.
Guys, you guys heard him. This is my friend. I've always been online interaction with him. I just met him here, and look at what he's downloading. This is the man who is loaded. Please, if you see him anywhere, do well to follow him on social media. He has something to offer. Politically, ecclesiastically, religious-wise, economically, he has something to offer. Be his friend, and you never regret it. Thank you. I remain Jovika. Nice to meet you, bro.
God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Okwa television with the truth is what you ask for. This is Jovika Television. Jovika Television, poised to reach you with the truth.